Hi everyone, this short video is going to look at one technique for creating a menu bar using HTML and CSS. As you can see, this is what we're going to make. This is my menu bar. There are 4 items and I should be able to click any of these menu items and go to a different web page. So there will probably be some A tags in the design somewhere. So let's get started. In Notepad++, I've set up the structure of the page at the moment. I have my HTML tags, I have a head section with a title and a style section waiting to be developed, and then I have the body section. And at the moment, the only thing in the body is an unordered list of 4 list items. That's all I've got. So if I save that, Control S, and refresh this web page, actually this is what we've got. Now using CSS we can turn this into a beautiful menu bar, and let's have a look at how to do that. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do then is to style my list items, and the first thing I'm going to do is make the list style type equal to none. And if we save that and refresh the page, we lose the bullet points. That's the list style type. I'm also going to ask each list item to float to the left. Now look what happens when I do this. Each item will float. So if you can imagine these are sitting in a bucket of water and they're quite light, they're going to float up to the surface. Look what happens when I refresh the page. Nothing. Why not? Let's just save that. Did I forget to save it? And we'll refresh the page. Wow, so they've all kind of floated up to the surface. Brilliant. Now, let's give them a width. Let's give each list item a width of, let's say, 20 pixels. We'll save that and we'll refresh the page. Ooh, so 20 pixels isn't enough. Let's say 100 pixels. A width of 100 pixels for each list item. We'll save that. Ooh, that's looking better. I'll tell you what, there are 4 items and the width the full width of the web page is 100%. Why don't we make each item have a width of 25%? Let's do that. A width of 25%. We'll save that and refresh the page. Brilliant. Just to help us see what's going on, why don't we give each list item a background color? And I'm just going to go for the classic F0, 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 which is a kind of a grey colour. There we go. Brilliant. It's looking a bit odd here, isn't it? There seems to be some margin here. Maybe in the body of the web page has a margin. Maybe the list items have a margin. Let's see if we can just reset any margins to 0. We'll save that and refresh the page. Didn't have any effect. What can we do? Let's just create a new style for the body. This is a classic piece of CSS coming up. I'm going to style the body of the web page to have a margin of 0 and padding of 0. We'll save that and let's see if that has any effect. Oh, had a little bit of effect. Let's go back to, in the list item, let's make the padding 0 as well. If you're not sure what these margin and padding are, the more you play with them, the more we'll figure that out as we go along. Hey, that's interesting. Let's take that out of the list item and let's style the unordered list, because that's holding each list item. Maybe that has an issue with margins and paddings. We'll save that and refresh. Oh, that's better. Look at that. Boom. So now it's sitting right at the top of the page. I'm going to give each list item text align center. We'll save that and refresh. Brilliant. Okay, now we're getting close. So let's just have a quick look at what we're doing here. We're setting the list style type of each list item to none. We're floating each list item. So we no longer have a vertical style. We're now having this kind of horizontal effect. I'm giving each list item a width of 25% because there are 4 of them. I'm giving the background color just so I can see what's going on, and I'm aligning the text of the list item to be in the center of that 25% range. Okay, let's also give some padding of 10 pixels and see what effect that has on the list item. Boom. That looks alright, doesn't it? We've now got a bit more space around the text. Can you see this gap between the edge of the list item and the text inside the list item? This is padding. But the padding has affected the width of each of the list items. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to change the width to 20%. So we'll save that and we'll refresh. Ooh, not bad. Brilliant. So now what I'm going to do is give the list item a border, which just 1 pixel, solid and black. We'll save that and refresh. Okay. And now of course we need to make hyperlinks for where we go to when we click any of these links. So I'm just gonna go back to my web page. Let's go into the body now, and each of these list items needs to be wrapped with an A tag. So A/A. So we're now wrapping the list item inside an A tag, and we'll have the href equal to something. I haven't decided what that will be yet, but let's just copy that, and we'll just wrap each of the list items, and then /A//A/A. We'll save that, and let's have a look. Boom. So now we have, oh, there we go. So that's now a hyperlink. Now, this is just an introduction to how to style a menu bar. It doesn't look perfect. I don't like the way it's aligned. Everything is way left. Do you remember all of these are floating left? So if there's room, it will float and try and push to the left. And that's what each of these list items is doing now. So let's, after my list item, let's just add a little bit of text after my menu bar. So after the unordered list, I'm just going to say H1, welcome to my page, /H1. And when we save that, so I want to see my menu, and then I want to see the next piece of content. Control S, refresh. Oh no, I don't want it to be over here. I want it to be over here. Now what's happening here is I told each of these list items to float, and I haven't told the browser to stop floating. So there's enough room here for this text to squeeze in. It's also floating to the left. What I need to tell the browser for this H1 text here is to stop floating. I need to clear that left float on this text. So this is how I'm going to do it. There are some different ways, but I'm going to show you the way that I would do it. This H1, I'm going to use the style attribute, and I'm going to clear that left float. Clear left. And this will mean the H1 text is not floating like the list items are. So if I save that, go back to my web page and refresh, the list items are floating, but the text, the float has been cleared. So that's how to create a simple menu bar using HTML and CSS. Have a go and see if you can figure it all out.